Welcome students, myself Ghazala Chavalkar. Students, today again we are going to continue the same chapter, that is Economy and Occupation, chapter number 8, module 3. So students, our learning objectives for today will be Introduction to Industries and Trade. Now what is industry? An industry is a group of manufacturers or business that produce a particular kind of goods and services. Trade is a basic economic concept involving the buying and selling of goods and services with compensation paid by a buyer to a seller, or the exchange of goods and services between parties. So, today we are going to see industries and trade of Brazil and India. Now, let us see industries in Brazil. Brazilian industry has its earliest origin in workshop dating from the beginning of the 19th century. Industrial sector plays a key role in the country's economy but also in the overall development. For nearly a century, industrial production has contributed to the generations of wealth, positioning Brazil the ninth among the world's largest economies. Most of the country's industrial establishments appeared in the Brazilian southeast, mainly province of Rio de Janeiro, Minas Gerais, Sao Paulo, and according to the commerce, factories and navigation establishments registered between 1808 and 1840 were classified as factories or manufacturers. Industries in Brazil is technologically based industries. Now, what do you mean by technologically based industries, students? Here, that is relating to the practical use of technology in business and industry. So, industries in Brazil is technologically based, which have been the most dynamic in recent years, but have not outspaced traditional industries. Major industries in Brazil include iron and steel production, automobile assembly, petroleum processing, chemical production, and cement making. Similarly, food processing industry, students, here means it is a transformation of agricultural products into food, or one form of food into another forms. Food processing includes many forms of processing foods, from grinding grain to making raw flour to home cooking to complex industrial methods used to make convenience food. So similarly, food processing industries like sugar industries, cotton, textiles, silk, and woolen industries have developed well. Most of large industries are concentrated in the south and southeast parts of Brazil. The northeast is traditionally the poorest part of Brazil, but it is beginning to attract new investments. And now, students, observe the logos given and answer the questions. This is from your textbook, page number 57. Now, identify the industries with which they are associated. Now, first one is the Oil and Natural Gas Corporation, that is oil and natural gas exploration and production. Then Rashtriya Ispat Nigam Limited, RINL, that is steel production. Then next is RA, that is dairy and dairy products. Next, Chitranjan Locomotive Works, that is CLW, that is for electric locomotive manufacturing. Then we have next one is Maharashtra Agro Industries Development Corporation Limited, that is MAIDC, basically production of pesticides, fertilizers, animal feed, agro engineering, and processing food. Next one is Khadi and Village Industries Commission, KVIC, that is establishment development of khadi and village industries in rural areas. Next one is Central Silk Board, CSB, that is silk production. Then next, Rashtriya Chemical and Fertilizers Limited, that is RCF, chemical and fertilizer production. So students, let us see all these industries in detail. ONGC, that is Oil and Natural Gas Corporation, which is an Indian public sector multinational crude oil and gas company. Its registered office is in New Delhi. It is owned by Government of India under the administrative control of Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas. It is the largest oil and gas exploration and production company in the country and produces around 70% of India's crude oil and around 84% of its natural gas. Here we have also few examples of this is HP Gas, Indian Oil and Bharat Petroleum. Now the raw material required for these industry, that is Oil and Natural Gas Corporation Limited, raw material is crude oil and natural gas. The parts of India where these raw materials are available, that is Krishna Godavari Basin, Mumbai High in Arabian Sea, Digboi in Assam, Ankleshwar in Gujarat. Rashtriya Ispat Nigam Limited, RINL, steel production. Rashtriya Ispat Nigam Limited, also known as Vizag Steel, is a public steel producer based in Visakhapatnam, India. Rashtriya Ispat Nigam Limited is a corporate entity of Visakhapatnam Steel Plant, India's first shore-based integrated steel plant built with state-of-the-art technology. In India, iron and steel industries are among the most important industries. During 2014 through 2016, India was the third largest producer of raw steel. In 2019, India became the second largest steel producer in the world after China and the largest producer of steel iron in the world. Few example is Jindal Steel and Power, then Tata Steel. Now raw materials which are required for RINL is the iron ore and coal. Now these are available in Chotanagpur Plateau, area of Jharkhand, Odisha, Chhattisgarh, Bengal, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Karnataka, Goa, Maharashtra, etc. RA. RA Forest, also known as RA Milk Colony, and RA Colony is an urban, unclassed and degraded forest which is within the eco-sensitive zone of Sanjay Gandhi National Park. In the year 1951, the first dairy in Asia was established in RA Milk, Mumbai, with the aim of providing sterilized milk to the citizens of the city. A separate dairy development department was set up in the year 1958 to establish the necessary infrastructure for the development of dairy farming across the state. In Greater Mumbai, there are three dairies of RA, that is in Worli and Kurla, and it is managed by General Manager, Greater Bombay Dudh Yojana. Now the raw material required for this industry is the milk, and the parts of India which are available, that is Bihar, Tamil Nadu, Haryana, Maharashtra, Punjab, Gujarat, etc. Chittaranjan Locomotive Works is a government electric locomotive manufacturer based in India. It is the largest locomotive production unit in the world with a record of 431 locomotives produced in the year 2019 to 20. Almost all electric locomotives running on the Indian railways are manufactured at CLW, that is Chittaranjan Locomotive Works. Now the raw material required for CLW is iron and steel and various metals, and the parts of India where they are developed is again Chotanagpur Plateau, area of Jharkhand, then Odisha, Chhattisgarh, Bengal, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Karnataka, Goa, Maharashtra, etc. The Maharashtra Agro Industries Development Corporation Limited (MAIDC) came to existence in 1965. The main motive of MAIDC was the promotion of modernization in the agricultural business sector through the process of mechanization, production of pesticides, fertilizers, animal feed, agroengineering, introducing new kind of farm implements, sale and repairs of tractors, harvesters, etc., and processing food like jams, jellies, sauce, etc. Now the raw material required for these type of industries are seeds, then raw materials required for the production of pesticides and fertilizers. The next one is the KVIC, that is the Khadi and Village Industries Commission, is a statutory body which is formed in April 1957 by Government of India under the Act of Parliament Khadi and Village Industries Commission Act of 1956. The basic functions of KVIC is building up of a reserve of raw materials and implementations for supply to producers, formation of common services facilities for processing of raw materials that include semi-finished goods, also to ensure employment opportunities and economic upliftment in rural areas. Now the raw material required for this type of industry is cotton, silk and wool, and these are available in the states of Gujarat, Maharashtra, Telangana, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh. The next one is the CSB, that is Central Silk Board, which is a statutory body under the administrative control of the Ministry of Textile, Government of India. The Central Silk Board has the responsibility of developing silk industry covering the full gamut of sericulture activities, that is students extracting silk from silkworm, that is from cocoon, and we require mulberry trees over here, okay, in the country for from development of food plants to silk cocoons for production of silk yarn, including formation of policies governing import and export of silk. Now the raw materials required here is silk, but basically we also require mulberry trees, mulberry leaves on which these cocoons are formed. The parts of India which they are available is Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, West Bengal, Jammu and Kashmir. RCF, that is Rashtriya Chemical and Fertilizers Limited, is a public sector undertaking in India under the Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers of Government of India, based in Mumbai. RCF is the fourth largest producer of fertilizers in India after Coromandel International NFL. Now these fertilizers play a very important role in the success of green revolution in India and consequent self-reliance in food grain production. The Government of India has been consistently pursuing policies conducive to increase the availability and consumption of fertilizers in the country. The country has achieved near self-sufficiency in production capacity of urea, with the result that India could be substantially manage its requirement of nitrogenous fertilizers through the endogenous industry. Now the raw material required here is chemicals and different minerals. The distribution of industries in India is highly uneven. This is so partly on account of uneven distribution of the necessary raw materials and power resources, and partly due to the concentration of enterprises, financial resources and other necessary conditions in the large towns. Now Jharkhand, Orissa adjoining Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh and parts of Rajasthan, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu account for most of the reserves of metallic minerals. This area, therefore, particularly the northeastern part of the peninsula, has a very high concentration of heavy industries, with almost all the steel centers situated. Availability of large quantities of coal and refractory materials, along with the cheap power from Damodar Valley Corporation and a number of thermal power projects, have added to the advantages. Rajasthan has copper, lead, and zinc. Karnataka has steel, manganese, and aluminium. And Tamil Nadu has aluminium metal industries. Now, agro-based industries. Now, what is agro-based industry, students, here means? Industries that have agricultural produce as raw materials are known as agro-based industries. Agro-based industry would mean any activity which involved in cultivation under controlled conditions of agricultural and horticultural crops, also including floriculture and cultivation of vegetables and post-harvest operation on all fruits and vegetables. Now, agro-based industries including cotton, jute, and sugar are heavily concentrated in the raw material producing areas. The forest-based industries including paper, plywood, matches, resins, and lac are in the forest areas of various states. The coastal belt of Kerala has a heavy concentration of coir, copra, and fish canning industries. The next one is trade. Now, trade is defined as the general marketplace of buying and selling goods, the way you make a living, or the act of exchanging or buying and selling something. Example of trade is tea trade, where tea is imported from Brazil and purchased in the USA. So it is basically economic concept involving buying and selling of goods and services. Now, Brazil mainly exports iron ore, coffee, cocoa, cotton, sugar, tobacco, oranges, and bananas, while it imports machinery, chemical products, fertilizers, wheat, heavy vehicles, mineral oil, and lubricants. Major trading partners are generally Germany, USA, Canada, Italy, Argentina, Saudi Arabia, and India. Trade makes up about 25% of GDP in Brazil. Now, trade in India. India mainly exports tea, mangoes, coffee, spices, leather and leather goods, iron ore, cotton, and silk textiles, while it mainly imports petroleum, machines, pearls, and precious stones, gold and silver, paper, medicines, etc. Now, the major trading partners of India are UK, USA, Germany, Japan, China, Russia, etc. Now, the given table represents the export, import, and balance of trade, that is value in US dollars. Here we have years, that is 2009 to 10, 2010 to 11, 2011 to 12, and 2012 to 13. And as India showing exports and imports, as well as Brazil showing exports and imports. Now, it is evident from the table that Brazil exports exceeds the imports in all the years. So, we can say that Brazil has a favorable balance of trade or surplus trade. Now, what is favorable balance of trade? The value of export is more than the value of imports is said to be favorable balance of trade. But in India, the value of imports is more than the value of exports. So, India is having an unfavorable balance of trade or trade deficit. Now, unfavorable balance of trade basically means when the value of imports is more than the value of exports, then we can say that it is an unfavorable balance of trade. In Brazil, exports exceeds the imports in all the years. So, Brazil has a favorable balance of trade, we can say, and India has a unfavorable balance of trade. Now, students, this also we have in your textbook page number 58. Now, BRICS. Now, what is BRICS? That is BRICS. BRICS stands for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. BRIC was established in June 2006 and South Africa was inducted in 2010. Then it became BRICS. The main objective of BRICS are to achieve regional development, to act as a bridge between developed and developing countries by providing financial assistance and support in various infrastructure projects. The countries of North America and Australia are not a member of this bloc. The member countries lie in the continents of Europe, South America, Africa, and Asia. The given graph is from the page number 59, figure 8.6, India and Brazil trade. Through BRICS, Brazil has opened up a strategic partnership with India. There have been agreements for bilateral investments between India and Brazil. The figure 8.6 shows trade between India and Brazil. The technique applied in the graph is a line graph. Now it is evident from the graph that in the years 2008, 2010, 11, 13, 14 and 15, the value of exports to Brazil have exceeded the imports from Brazil. Trade with Brazil was most favorable of all in the year 2013. The value of balance of trade between India and Brazil was maximum in the year 2013. Also, the balance of trade was in India's favor. In the years 2008, 2010, 2011, 2013, 2014 and 2015, the value of exports to Brazil have exceeded the imports from Brazil. Trade between India and Brazil has not been consistent. Most of the time, the trade has been favorable for India with exports more than imports. In 2015, India-Brazil trade has shown a downfall with both imports and export at an all-time low. So students, let us have a quick recap of what we have learned today. We learned today about the industries and trade in India and Brazil. So industry is basically a group of manufacturers or business that provide a particular kind of goods and services. Trade is a basic economic concept involving the buying and selling of goods and services or exchanging of goods and services. Industries in Brazil, major industries include iron and steel production, automobile assembly, petroleum processing, chemical production and cement making. Brazil is basically technologically based industries. It also includes fruits processing like sugar industries, cotton textile, silk and woolen industries have developed well. Brazil mainly exports iron ore, coffee, cocoa, cotton, sugar, tobacco, oranges and bananas, while it imports machinery, chemical products, fertilizers, wheat, heavy vehicles, mineral oil and lubricants. Major trading partners are Germany, USA, Canada, Italy, Argentina, Saudi Arabia and India. Talking about India, Indian industries. The distribution of industries in India is highly uneven. This is so partly on account of uneven distribution of the necessary raw materials and power resources, and partly due to the concentration of enterprises, financial resources and other necessary conditions in large towns. Jharkhand, Orissa, adjoining Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, parts of Rajasthan, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu account for most of the reserves of metallic minerals. Availability of large quantities of coal and refractory materials along with cheap power from Damodar Valley Corporation and a number of thermal power projects have added in the advantages. Rajasthan has copper, lead and zinc. Karnataka has steel, manganese and aluminium. Tamil Nadu has aluminium metal industries. Kayoli, Digboy, Nunmati and Bogangao refineries are situated close to the petroleum producing areas, and Mathura and Barani refineries in the interior away from the coast and oil producing areas. Gujarat, Rajasthan and Tamil Nadu produce the bulk of salt in the country. Mechanical engineering, electricals, automobile, fertilizer and numerous consumer industries which show little bias for raw material have come up all over the country with heavier concentration near the big cities. Talking about trade, India mainly exports tea, mangoes, coffee, spices, leather and leather goods, iron ore, cotton and silk textiles, while it mainly imports petroleum, machines, pearls and precious stones like gold and silver, paper, medicines, etc. India's major trading partners are UK, USA, Germany, Japan, China, Russia, etc. Thank you students for watching and listening to my video. I hope that you like my video. Thank you very much.